Something has been alive beneath Europa's ice for longer than complex life has existed on Earth. Not a hypothesis, not a theory. A direction 30 years of data have been pointing, and it does not reassure. Leave now, and you will miss the number that explains how far it went. Europa's surface has almost no craters. Something is actively erasing them from below. Liquid water exists 670 million kilometers from the sun. That should be impossible. It isn't. In January 2025, NASA confirmed the ice shell is 29 kilometers thick. Not 5 kilometers, not 10, 29. That number matters because of what it seals inside. A body of water that has been liquid in complete darkness for 4.5 billion years. No surface, no sky, no extinction events reaching the floor, and 4.5 billion years of uninterrupted time. From a distance, Europa looks almost peaceful. A pale, icy sphere streaked with reddish-brown lines like veins beneath frozen skin. Slightly smaller than our own moon, just over 3,100 kilometers across. It orbits Jupiter once every 3.5 days, locked in a gravitational grip so tight that the same face always points toward the gas giant. On the surface, one of the smoothest objects in the solar system, almost no craters, now almost no mountains, just ice. Cracked and scarred, but eerily flat. The reddish-brown lines are not erosion marks. Scientists believe they are briny material pulled up from the ocean below. On most moons, craters accumulate over billions of years. Europa barely has any. That means the surface is being constantly replaced. Something from below is pushing upward, erasing old scars and laying down fresh ice. The ice is not the story. It is the lid. The first real evidence came from a spacecraft that no longer exists. NASA's Galileo orbited Jupiter from 1995 to 2003. During 11 close passes of Europa, its magnetometer detected something unexpected. Not a magnetic field from the core, an induced field from something electrically conductive beneath the surface. The only substance that produces that signature at those depths is salty liquid water. The images confirmed it. Europa's surface is covered in massive intersecting cracks called lineae. Some stretch hundreds of kilometers. All are consistent with the surface flexing and splitting over a liquid layer below. Then there are the chaos terrain regions, areas where the ice appears to have broken apart, shifted, and refrozen in a completely different arrangement. Not erosion, not weathering, a surface that was shaken and put back together wrong. That only happens when something warm and fluid pushes up from below. The ocean is not a theory. It is the only explanation that fits. Some chaos terrain regions may contain material transported directly from the ocean floor, preserved in ice for millions of years. Current estimates place the ocean at roughly 100 kilometers deep. The deepest point in Earth's oceans reaches about 11 kilometers. Europa's ocean could hold 2 to 3 times the total volume of all water on Earth. All of it locked away in complete darkness. All of it silent, waiting. But 100 kilometers of hidden saltwater beneath 29 kilometers of solid ice raises one more question. how does any of it stay liquid? The surface temperature of Europa hovers around minus 160 degrees Celsius. At 670 million kilometers from the Sun, everything should be frozen solid, and it would be, if not for Jupiter. Europa is caught in a gravitational tug-of-war. Jupiter on one side, Io and Ganymede on the other. Their combined pull keeps Europa's orbit slightly elliptical, and that changing distance creates tidal forces. Jupiter's gravity physically stretches and compresses Europa's interior with every orbit. That constant flexing generates heat through a process called tidal heating. Think of bending a paperclip back and forth. The metal warms at the point where it flexes. Now imagine that on a planetary scale, sustained for 4.5 billion years. Io, Europa's nearest neighbor, is the most volcanically active body in the solar system. The same tidal forces are responsible. In January 2025, the Juno spacecraft published results from its 2022 Europa flyby. Using a microwave radiometer, it measured the temperature profile of Europa's ice. The results settled a decades-long debate. The ice shell averages 29 kilometers thick. That measurement confirmed the thick ice model, and that carries a specific implication. A thick ice shell means the ocean is deeply isolated from the surface. Juno detected cracks and pores in the near-surface ice. They only extended a few hundred meters downward. Nowhere near the ocean. The ocean is sealed. The heat keeps it liquid. But sealed does not mean silent. In 2012, the Hubble Space Telescope captured something no one had anticipated. Enormous plumes of water vapor erupting from Europa's south pole, rising as high as 200 kilometers above the surface. The ocean was not sealed completely. It was breathing. And then the data went cold for nearly a decade. But in 2018, researchers went back to old Galileo files. During a 1997 flyby at 206 kilometers from the surface, something strange had happened. The magnetometer had recorded a shift of more than 200 nanoteslas in just 3 minutes. The plasma wave instrument had detected a sharp spike in electron density. The only model that fit was a direct passage through a water vapor plume. The evidence had been sitting in the data for over 20 years. If those plumes are active, a spacecraft could sample Europa's ocean without drilling a single centimeter of ice. Then came Webb. In 2023, the James Webb Space Telescope confirmed carbon dioxide on Europa's surface, specifically in Terra Regio, a region of chaos terrain. The carbon appeared to originate from the interior. The ocean contains carbon-based compounds. Europa is not just frozen. It is breathing. It is leaking. It is signaling. The signal comes at a cost. Europa sits deep inside Jupiter's magnetosphere. At the surface, the radiation dose reaches approximately 5.4 sieverts per day. 1 sievert causes radiation sickness. 5 in a single day would be lethal. Jupiter's charged particles shred any organic material exposed on the surface. The ocean is venting its contents into space. The question is not what it is releasing. The question is what produced it. Life requires 3 things: liquid water, chemical energy, the right elements. Europa has the water. possibly more than all of Earth's oceans combined. JWST confirmed it has the carbon. The open question was energy. On Earth, the deepest life we know does not need the sun at all. Along mid-ocean ridges, hydrothermal vents push superheated mineral-rich water into total darkness. Entire ecosystems live there, none of them requiring sunlight. Bacteria, tube worms, crabs, all feeding on chemical energy and nothing else. In 2024, studies raised a concern. Europa's rocky interior may not generate enough heat to drive seafloor volcanism. Without active volcanoes, a major energy source disappears. But there is a counterpoint. A process called serpentinization can produce chemical energy without volcanic heat. When seawater percolates into rock cracks and reacts with certain minerals, it produces hydrogen. No volcano required. A 2016 NASA study found that Europa's ocean could sustain an Earth-like chemical balance through serpentinization alone. And 2024 simulations confirmed that low-temperature hydrothermal systems on ocean moons can persist for billions of years. Water confirmed, carbon confirmed, a chemical energy pathway confirmed. Europa is not possibly habitable. By every scientific definition, it qualifies. The conditions have been present, not for millions of years, for 4.5 billion. The question was never whether the conditions exist. The question is what 4.5 billion years of those conditions produces. On Earth, the first simple cells appeared roughly 3.5 to 3.8 billion years ago. Complex multicellular organisms, cells with differentiated functions, emerged around 600 million years ago. That means simple life had roughly 3 billion years to develop complexity on Earth. Europa's ocean has been liquid in stable conditions for potentially 4.5 billion years. No asteroid impacts reaching the ocean floor. No ice ages disrupting the chemistry. No mass extinction events reaching the interior. Just time and chemistry and darkness. The most recent simulations suggest a specific possibility. The ocean floor may look unlike anything we have ever seen on Earth. On October 14, 2024, NASA launched Europa Clipper aboard a SpaceX Falcon Heavy. It carries 9 scientific instruments. It will arrive at Jupiter in April 2030. It will perform 49 close flybys of Europa, the closest approach, just 25 kilometers from the surface. If plumes are active, its mass spectrometers could sample them directly, tasting the ocean without touching the ice. 4.5 billion years of sealed darkness. Whatever is down there has had more time than the entire history of complex life on Earth. And we built a spacecraft right now crossing the solar system to go and listen. Whatever the answer is, it changes the question permanently. If the ocean is barren, the universe may be terrifyingly empty. If something is down there, even a single organism in the dark, life is not a fluke. And if it happened twice in one solar system, the next question is obvious. Where else?